Hey guys, so for today's video, we're gonna do Morphle, and it's called My Magic Pet Morphle. I'm probably gonna mispronounce Morphle because when I first saw it written down, I was like, Morphle, I don't know why. But I'm gonna do Mila, and I will do Morphle in a different couple of animals that it transforms into. So it's interesting, it's kind of like an imaginary pet situation, even though it seems like everybody in the town can see Morphle. So that's pretty interesting. I would love to have those magical abilities, right? To transform into anything. I'm just kidding, I don't know. But here is Mila. Okay, so for Morphle, I will be working on top of this index card. And I will also be adding some wires to the parts that are going to be extended in hopes that it will provide strength so that it doesn't break apart. Because polymer clay is not like the strongest. If you drop it and you don't add the right amount of like support, it can break apart, especially for parts that are like kind of extended, like the ears and the feet. I ended up using the wire. I mean, it's not necessary, but I feel like it does give some kind of more like strength. And then for the, I'm working on top of the index card so that it's easier for me to transport it without having to worry about like breaking it and stuff when I remove it off the tile for the most part. So here is Morphle. Came out super cute. So Morphle turns into different animals and objects. I decided to do all animals, and I decided to do dinosaurs. I didn't realize it, but I had never done dinosaurs. So, and I've never done these animals. So I was like, let me like just do a bunch of animals. I mean, like you don't need to necessarily like Morphle at this point. Like you could definitely just use it as like an inspiration to recreate these animals. Oh, for the shark right here, I added some like kind of like thing on his cheek, kind of like the indent kind of. I went back and erased it with rubbing alcohol. I decided I didn't want it there. I don't know. It's up to you. I'll just magically, like the magic of editing will just make it disappear. But I went back and erased it. And then some parts of the teeth, the last one, I ended up putting it with polymer clay. Alligator. I'm not sure. I kind of want to say this was the hardest one. I decided to do it this way, kind of just like draw it out ahead of time with like the nail daughter thingy to kind of like make an indent of where I wanted to cut. And then I will go back and like kind of perfect it. I don't include all the moldings I end up doing just because I feel like it'd be very like long. It's kind of like a very, very repetitive where I go back and mold it, move it a little bit, and then I go back, and then so like it looks pretty like it looks like I did it like it was effortlessly done, but I usually have like struggle. I kind of honestly, like some characters are easier to do, but like definitely the alligator was one of the harder ones. But I'm very proud of how it came out. I'm usually like, after I finish, I'm like, oh, it wasn't so bad after all. Yeah, I ended up doing a lot of these. What's this one? I'm like watching them, like, what am I'm doing the voiceover as? Oh, the turtle. I was like, what am I recreating right here? Okay, so the turtle. Sure. I'm gonna leave it like this. It's in its shell. I'm just kidding. No. I'm using a needle right here to kind of indent the shell. The image I was using as reference didn't have all the cube thingies like drawn on, so I didn't do it all. But you can if you want to. Hopefully my videos just kind of give you an idea of how you can mold the clay. So like when you go ahead and do it, you can learn from my mistakes and stuff like that. Cause when I did start on YouTube, I remember I was like, how do I put these, like how am I gonna go about recreating and turning this into clay? Like how? The more I do it now, the more I'm kind of like able to just like record it as I'm making it. But sometimes I definitely make mistakes. Triceratopses. I'm just kidding, Triceratops. I'm very surprised that I haven't not done dinosaurs, and not that I remember doing. I don't think I have, but so I'm gonna do Triceratops and T-Rex because they'd be the most popular and stuff, and like everybody seems to like them. It's obviously there's pterodactyl and like a Gintosaurus, and there's like a bunch of other ones. Yes, but Triceratops and T-Rex just seem to be like, I want to use the word formidable because it sounds very cool right now, but I'm not sure. I don't know if that one applies. But Triceratops. I was watching like a little video by Triceratops about like how it has like this thing in his skull that was like a sphere, and it's like they were saying how it's like it made its skull super like powerful, and it seemed to be a good competitor against the T-Rex, which I was surprised by because I thought the T-Rex was like supreme number one, but it seems like Triceratops could also like come like pretty like in a battle. It seems like they could be a match or something like that. It's smaller shaped, but it weighed as much as a T-Rex or something like that. So I think that's pretty cool. So T-Rex, Tyrannosaurus Rex. Apparently, I just looked up some Google Google information right now from National Geographic Kids. I'm like, let me just include some stuff because like let's learn as I'm reading this. Apparently, the name Tyrannosaurus Rex comes from the Greek and Latin words meaning tyrant lizard king, which I didn't know that. I just learned that with you guys right now. That is interesting. The lizard king. So what does that make Triceratops? That's interesting. You know, I just realized too, there's a bunch of, lizards, right? Which is interesting because like aren't like chickens also supposed to be kind of like birds and stuff, ancestors of dinosaurs? I didn't get that from National Geographic, but I just got the tyrant lizard king. But I think I read somewhere other places that talked about that. So for today's profile picture that I'm going to turn into polymer clay, I'm going to give a shout out to Nikki, and I'm going to do one of the characters and turn them into polymer clay. If you're interested in me turning your profile picture into polymer clay, leave me a comment down below, and it's going to be like a little shout out, and thank you for watching and for supporting my channel. Thank you so much. You know what? The other day I was like, I feel like I've been doing YouTube for like 10 years. I don't even know. I have like a bad habit of deleting a lot of old videos because some of them were very cringy, and I'm like, this doesn't align anymore with what I want to put out there. Some of them were like home decor videos, nail videos. Sometimes I would like talk. I don't know. But I definitely been on YouTube for like a minute, and I appreciate you guys that have come around and watched my videos, and sometimes come back and be like, oh, I used to watch you when I was like a little kid, and I'm like, oh, thank you. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you have an awesome day, and bye.